Hi, I'm Audra, president of the Home Staging Resource, and I am so glad that you are here to watch this free video workshop training. I know you're going to love it. So, to get the most out of it, I recommend you turn off all of your devices. Make sure you're in complete listening and learning mode. Expect to see a ton of slides. I train with both auditory, where I'm talking very fast and I'm showing you a lot of great stuff all at once. So I also recommend you have a notepad and pen in front of you so you can write down notes furiously. Hit pause if you need. Go large screen to really see the screen in all its glory, as well as the beautiful chat room if there's chat involved. And we'll see you in the workshop. Thanks so much. Looking forward to your feedback.
Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me okay. As we wait for people to jump into this live workshop, I know it takes a little bit of a moment. As you jump in, if you can see and hear me fine, go ahead and in the chat room say, yes, sound good. I never know if the technology is working. I can see everybody streaming in. I know it usually takes a couple minutes for everybody to just jump into this live event. If you've been with me before, great, Nicole, hi. Okay, yes, Jen, thank you. Yay, yay, all right. Now, if you've been on any of my live workshops before, you know the drill. Go ahead and put in where you are connecting from. City, state, wherever it is, because what makes it Boca Raton, Karen, awesome. I've got a Milton, Washington, welcome. Yes, just go ahead. We can see your name in the chat room, which is so cute. Oh, thank you for the compliments on my top, Monique. I just got it. It's my new fall colors. Okay, you guys are going to Boulder, Colorado, Fort Worth, Florida, Minneapolis, Vegas, San Diego, Calgary. This is amazing. And I know my girl Lorraine in the UK was really hoping to stay up super late to connect with all of us. So that is great. I can see you guys are getting used to the chat box, and that's really what I want as well. Couple things before we get started into my presentation. Number one, I'm just so grateful that you're here. Thank you for taking the time to carve out of your day to join me. This is part of my back to school kind of happy hour workshops that I've been putting on. I did one a few weeks ago on marketing. I did one a few weeks ago on that, on how to become a staging rock star. And today's is all about e-design. So I love to do these. Please stay in touch with me if you want to be on any others. If this is your first time, awesome, welcome. You're going to love it because I like to keep it as active and interactive as possible. That way I can see you guys are used to that chat room. You're on a chat room with hundreds of fellow design lovers wherever you are in the stages of your love for design, whether you have a career of it or not, and you're in the right place. If you're having a hard time with the connection, it could be your internet connection. They have that reconnect button at the top. You can always click on that to reconnect if need be. And oh, good, I'm sounding good. That's wonderful. And I always like to say that a replay will be going out to you. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go into my screen share right now so we can get right into the session right here. So now you can see we are going to talk about how you can make money doing e-design for clients, right? How cool is that, right? A little more money in your pocket, or just how to create these e-design boards. I know a lot of people have questions. They're pretty interesting, to look at. And I know a lot of people are like, how do you do this? Well, I'm going to walk you through it. But first, let me tell you who this workshop is for. If you're just curious about e-design, you're in the right place. If you have an eye for design and you want to think about doing something, creating like a little side business from home, I'm going to show you how to do that. If you're a designer or you're a stager and you want to add e-design services, this is the obvious person too that this is for as well. If you're a lifestyle blogger and you want to monetize your blog better, all of those things, or if you just love color and design, you're in the right place. Let's talk about what you're going to learn. First of all, I'm going to just phrase what is e-design. Be very clear on what it is, why you should care, and what are the benefits and uses of it. how does it benefit people? I mean, really, why do we need this? We're going to talk about technology and the choices and the pros and cons. I'm going to talk about mistakes a lot of designers are making when they do e-design. I've seen almost every one of them, and that's okay because we're all trying to figure that out, right? How to package and price e-design services. What does that look like? I'm going to go over client onboarding process, how to do it right, how to build your boards, some best practices, some hot tips, how to market your e-design, because obviously you can have this great service, but if you don't know how to market it, that's going to be a struggle. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit of that, and I'm going to show you example design boards all the way through to inspire you. And I have to just ask you, if I'm going to show you basically how to, in a nutshell, in an hour, because I'm going to go fast, how to quickly add e-design as a service or as a business. And if I do all that, is it okay at the end I tell you a little bit about my e-design training and give you a little bit of special at the end? If that's okay with you, go ahead in the chat room and put sure or yes. Always like to make sure, because people say, okay, what do you, selling a little bit at the end, but I'm going to give you a lot of good information all the way through. So as long as that's okay with you, we'll get moving on. All right. Thanks, you guys. So here's some more inspiration, right? Here's an e-design board, mid-century, pretty gorgeous. Here's another one, outdoors. Yes, we're saying goodbye to summer. Hello, fall, right? But I still love to look at these summer boards. Anyway, you're going to learn a lot. I've already talked to you. Most of you guys were so great. You filled out that survey. That survey really helped me to hone in. A lot of you, though, asked about, staging and marketing and some of the workshops I've done in the past. So you're still in the right place because you're learning a lot about that on the business side. But I just want you to know, stay in touch with my blog, homestagingresource.com, because on that I have all those other past workshops that you can usually tap into and learn from. So a little bit about me, if you don't know who I am, my name is Audra Slinky, and I'm president of the Home Staging Resource. I created the first online kind of staging training, staging and design certification training way back in 2006 after I had my staging business. So I've been doing this for quite a while. This is a picture of me with Vern Yip. I've shared the stage with him at a RESA convention, Real Estate Staging Convention, and I actually spoke on e-design at that convention at the time that he was there. So I kind of love that photo, and it was great to actually get to meet him. But the most thing that I'm most proud of is that I've helped create and help a lot of small businesses in staging and design create kind of the business of their dreams. They love design, helped people just pivot in their lives and start staging and design and e-design and color. That's kind of my jam. And if you are on this, Dawn already said she got her certificate in 2006. Dawn, you've been with me forever. I love it. So if anyone else has taken any of my trainings and you're in this chat room, a shout out always makes me feel a little bit more comfortable because I always get nervous doing these. So thanks, you guys. Thanks, Dawn, for saying that. Love the shout outs. So that's a little bit about me. And this little logo here is my Expert e-design training program. That's a lot of how I framed this training and a lot of what I'm going to talk about as well. And all of the boards that you see in this training are from that design program. So if you're wondering, how do I get my board? Well, it's all from that program. So it's all going to frame around that one training. But I'm going to walk you through and give you a ton of information on exactly what all this is. Wow, you guys are great. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys are so cool. Let's talk about what design is, because there's so much confusion as to e-design, virtual staging, that sort of thing. How I describe e-design is it's really just using this amazing new technology. It's gotten so good in the last couple of years to allow a designer to provide inspiration, expert product sourcing, and their design expertise in a detailed room plan with product links at a fraction of the cost of a full-service design. So basically, the client is getting a whole design package in this huge presentation board. Designers in the past always did kind of these touchy-feely, boards. They didn't have the technology. Now you can actually put that in this technology, and that is what e-design is, kind of a kickstart to design. E-design is not virtual staging. It's not how I'm going to describe it. I have talked about virtual staging before. It is completely different because it takes kind of an advanced skill set in Photoshop, and there's some companies, especially some in India, that do it very cheaply, but that's not what we're doing as designers and stagers. eDesign is about creating that design platform, that source, and that vision for your clients. So just want to make sure you kind of have that straight. Let's talk about why eDesign is cool or beneficial to people. Well, obviously, this has really kind of come up because since COVID, a lot of us as designers and stagers have taken our business inside. We did not want to get exposed, did not want to be out. So it was really about doing design remotely. And I walked people through kind of how to do that when COVID hit in my past workshops. So certainly you can go on my website again to look at those. But eDesign, my eDesigners, this fit really well for them. But I want to encourage you because even though eDesign is kind of uh, hot in terms of this time with COVID. It's still hot, and building and staging and design has never been, it's like hotter than ever right now, despite the fact that we're still going through this pandemic. It's kind of crazy. So if you are a stager or designer right now and you're pretty busy, go ahead in the chat room and say it. Although I should say, I'm impressed that you took time off for this workshop. I'm impressed. But the outlook's still very positive. Stagers are still very busy because at the end of the day, people are kind of sick of where they're living. Um, Home Depot and Lowe's has never been busier. The DIY, do-it-yourself design plans has never been busier. So that's kind of one of the cool benefits to it, but it's also very visual. This is a design board. It really captures people's attentions. It's very practical. In the technology, you can go from the design board to the shopping link. So they have the full details, they have the price, they can control their budget, and they just click on the links to shop it. It builds trust because when you create these boards for clients, they can kind of see whether you're on the right page with their design style. And one of my e-designers has said that. I love this. It's a way for me to put in my website my kind of design style and whether that client's going to be a fit for me. And I thought, aren't you brilliant? She's attracting the kind of style and design she really wants. So I love that. Oh, I should tell you guys too, if you have a question, save it for the end. I always like to go through them at the end, and I've got like 100 slides at least to go through with you. So I got to be quick at this. It builds trust. Here's another way. We did a quick board, the 2019 Paint Colors of the Year, Benjamin Moore and Sherwin Williams, because they kind of went together, and we thought that was kind of fun. It also is a zero overhead business model, meaning you're not buying a lot of things. You're just, in terms of just, if I talk about just the simplified design service of selling eDesign packages, you're doing it from home, you just have the technology and, marketing yourself. So it's really zero overhead. You don't have to buy inventory. You don't have really any liability. You don't you're not even constrained to your location. You can actually do these design projects for people 2 cities over or 2 states over. That's kind of the cool thing. You're not location defined. So it gives you that expanded clientele. And let's face it, it's pretty hot right now because it kind of follows technology, and people love whatever new technology they can use for their business. But also it helps to start the conversation. For a stager or designer, if you have that, these kind of boards will really help a client go, oh, I really do feel like I need a cohesive plan. And so most of my stagers use it to springboard to new business. That is kind of the obvious way of doing it. But one thing that's also cool about technology, this is just, again, technology making your life easier and better, is it helps you to control the conversation. How many of you, go ahead and put it in the chat room, get crazy hours of time of day text messages from your clients or calls because your cell phone is for your business, and so they're constantly texting you a question of, what do you think of this chair? Or what do you think of this? Or how can I do this? And so it a little bit drives you crazy, especially because I can see a lot of you said you're super swamped. Yeah. So it really helps to control because the conversation is within the platform. So it just, when they have a question on it, it just sends you an email. So that's kind of cool. So why eDesign? Again, time, location, flexibility. It hedges your business a bit. If for those of you who just do vacant staging or just do occupied staging, it gives you just another service to offer. It is that really simple simplified business model. It's budget friendly. And I love this. Can I work at midnight? A lot of you are night owls. So I know it's kind of the nice thing at night just to put together these design projects. And it's really just automating some of the processes that you're already doing for clients. In fact, I had a lot of you email me afterward and say, I'm doing these on PowerPoint, or I'm doing these on, you name it, Canva. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's probably taking you hours and hours and hours. Because I get it, you have to pass your vision in some way. So I'm going to show you how easy it is and a lot cheaper using the technology I recommend in here. Thank you, Maria. You're so sweet. It also lets you control the expectations. You create the package, you put a price on it, you tell the client exactly what they're going to get, and away they go. And that is a very simplified model of design, because I know I have a lot of stagers, or let's say you could have a full-time job right now, you're not a stager, you're not a designer, and you're thinking, maybe I just want to dip my toe into design because I love design. If that's you, go ahead and put in the chat room, that is me a little bit. Well, eDesign is kind of cool for that because you can kind of dip your toe and create kind of these design plans for clients and friends. And I have a lot of people who say, I'm already doing this for friends and family. It'd be nice to get paid for it and actually have the vision boards for them. Yeah, great, Kim. Yay, that's me. I love it. You guys are great. Keep chatting with me. It's how I know you're listening, and it's all well. So it's really perfect for a consultation-based business model, kind of that zero overhead, who just wants to broaden and upsell their services without expanding their expenses. It's kind of the anytime, anywhere to organize your ideas. In fact, I use it a lot for that. This is kind of a slide. It talks about getting back to you guys being busy, 30-year low mortgage rates. Home prices are still rising, so people are still, they've got money in their homes. They're sprucing up their homes. So they really need that design advice. And this gets back to what I said, where Home Depot and Lowe's, where everything else declined during the epidemic, they did not, which I think is kind of cool. It really helps our industry. And here's the other thing. This is why it's so hot right now. People have money to spend, is they have equity in their homes. Year over year, the equity has gone up in their home, and that gives them money to fix it up. And a lot of times they have an eye of fixing it up for resale. And so that's the beauty of it. So most consumers are planning home improvement, and so they kind of need that guidance. So let's talk about how this benefits them. I've walked you through how it benefits you potentially as a new business, or to dip your toe in, or if you're a stager and designer. How it will work for you. But let's talk how it benefits clients. Number one, it is that visual. I know you guys are probably, every time I'm showing you one of the design boards, are your eyes just bulging out, right? Because they look so cool. It is visual. They do trust you when they see that, because they trust you can take care of their home. It sets an expectation of kind of the style, the look, the scale. It creates a cohesive plan. That is huge, because so many times people don't put it all together well, right? They love many styles, so they mishmash the styles, and then when you throw it in a room, it doesn't look good, right? So if you can put those pieces in a room for them and have that plan, then it's like, oh, okay, that does look good. Because that cohesive plan is what keeps them from making costly mistakes. And this is an example of a little bit of a costly mistake I made. I always like to showcase it. This is my side yard. Not attractive. This was some years ago. I was doing a remodeling project. Through this door is my kitchen, but I wanted to blow through my kitchen, and create kind of a covered patio. So I did that. Here's the after photo. Had a lot of fun with this project. And I kind of did not have eDesign. I did not put my plan together, and I spent buco bucks on this couch back here, right? Love it, but I really kind of blew my budget on that couch, so much so that I kind of ended up having to go super cheap on other things like fixtures and things like that, chairs, things that I didn't really want to go. So we've all done this before. Can you relate? Have you done that before? Sometimes, I mean, here's me on the couch. So, okay, I still love the couch, and that's great, but we've all done it, and our clients have done it. So it kind of keeps them in lines, keeps them from making the costly mistakes, lets them kind of phase their design budget. Hey, if I want that couch, maybe then I just phase it into that design plan, because a lot of clients right now are doing, six-figure design plans, remodeling plans. I showed you all those stats. So we want to be able to kind of have that in a cohesive way. A little bit of planning ahead of time goes a long way. And it keeps them to a style that works, keeps items to scale. They can see all the dimensions, what have you. Um, but at the end of the day, it also fits the smallest of budgets. You know, we all have clients who they have a very small budget and we still want to help them. And a lot of times that's the interior designer's frustration, right? They know if they were to put that client in their 15-step design process from installation to contracts to dealing with, you know, general contractors and all of that, and to doing all the shopping for the client, deal with all the shipping, all the returns, the client can't afford that, right? So e-design in its simplest format where you're doing just the sourcing and design plan and you're letting the client shop themselves and deal with the returns and the shipping and the install, you know, which is kind of the headachy part, let's be honest, allows them to fit it in their budget. And that fits most people's budgets. But at the end of the day, we can start with what they own and expand from there. It minimizes sourcing overwhelm. How many of you, I mean, we love to source, right? Anyone who just loves design loves to find that new place to shop. If you're with me, do you agree with me on that? Do you feel like you're sometimes totally overwhelmed right now online by all the great vendors out there? Go ahead in the chat room and say whether you are. Yeah, it's crazy. Don't worry, I'm going to get to all your questions, guys. I will. I'm zipping through this as fast as I can because it's so hard sometimes to find that perfect piece. And we are the expert shoppers, let's be honest, because we love design and our clients don't. It saves them hours and hours and hours of looking time. They don't even know where to look, right? Most of the clients do not love shopping like we do. So we can show them where to look and they can just click buy it themselves. And they can see it before they commit to it. And not only that, they can see the reviews, see all of that. They can see it all online. So let's talk about how you would use design for your business. Don't worry, I'm going to get to the technology. The obvious way, if you already have a staging and design business, is to just send them a little letter at the end of every staging job. I know a lot of you are stagers because that's my peeps. That's my starting peeps. A simple letter, thank you for the opportunity to stage your home. I love working with you and your beautiful things. Having said that, how about we do a design plan for your new home? That includes paint suggestions, some purchases, some hot new items that I know will update your current items. Like, how easy would that be, guys, to put in your marketing funnel? Done. Because it is visually captivating. It does draw people in. Takes them from inspiration room to complete design plan to product links, and away they go. But you can also do it to communicate a shopping list. I just blogged this list where I just put together kind of staging essentials for a quick home update. I have a team of awesome designers who create these boards. I wish I could say that it was me, but they're much better than me. Anyway, and they took the most common staging items that stagers buy and they put in a quick update. My stagers can use this. They can update it, kind of add their favorite items and give that to every client. What a bonus that would be to work with you as a stager. You can go to an agent and say, you know, here's another thing that I do for my clients is I give them these hot things. Easy light fixture updates. We all have our favorite ones, right? And you can have them linked to the vendors so you can have this picture circled for a client. You circle it. Here's the ones I want you to buy for your house. Send them the presentation. They can shop and buy it themselves so it's there by the time you get there. My sister, actually, who you know is a stager, she and I used to stage our first staging business way back when, but she took her business to Santa Cruz where she is. Now she staged this in light fixtures. See these two little light fixtures? Told the client, same thing. Here's the light fixtures. You know, they could tell their general contractor, put that in, done. So that's kind of how easy that works. You can use it to share your staging expertise, right? You can put it on your website. Here's my trending staging accessories. This is what works. And in fact, one of my e-designers uses this as a lead magnet on her website. It's brilliant. She kind of created her own and she said, sign up to get your free shopping list. Client gives her their email. They get their shoppable list. And now she gets to, Vanessa Rhodes, gets to have them in her email marketing system and stay in touch with them, build the guru status. Uh-oh, lost connection. Okay, I'm going to turn my video off and hopefully, can you guys see me now? I see some people are losing connection. I want to make sure. You are back. Oh, sometimes people's internet. We have hundreds of people on this. Oh yeah, just reconnect if you don't connect. But thanks you guys. Whew, had me worried there. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. All right. There will be a replay. I can hear. I can hear. Never lost you. You're fine. Okay. I'm getting told that I'm fine. Just hit the reconnect button. I know you guys are in the chat. It's crazy. Okay. I'm going to keep moving. And don't worry, there's a replay, you guys, so you'll be able to go back, fast forward, all that good stuff. I did take my camera off. You can't see me because I took me off. I was thinking that probably hurt some of your connection. As long as you can see my presentation, that's most important. Don't worry, you don't need to see me. Okay, so a lot of my designers, everybody say they don't see me. Come on, you guys. I'm telling you. Okay, constantly connect. Okay. A lot of my e-designers are using this as a design niche. They do nursery boards. Who here wouldn't want to, oh, someone take a sip, Rob. That's Rob from Boston. Love you. Okay. I'm going to do that right now while I wait for people to, if you can't see or hear me, just don't chat it in there. Just hit reconnect because it's pretty distracting for everyone else. And then my person in there, Scott, who's setting up, will take you. I know. All right. I am going to put my video back on. Hopefully this will work. I'm back on. Okay, I took it off because I thought it was hurting the connection, but hopefully it's all good now. I did sip. All right, back to the presentation, you guys. So here's what she does. She puts the board into a 2D. How cool is that? And she connects with her clients. I use these boards. I send how-to advice to sometimes my clients. I created a quarantine self-care board. I had my friend who is the best gift giver in the world actually source these gifts. And if any of you got these over quarantine, because I did give this board out free to people, they're amazing. It also turned into the best Mother's Day gift ideas. So for stagers and designers, they can have these gifts for clients. It also could help to create a competitive visual. Here's our style of staging versus them. I don't know. There's a lot of uses. I have people who use it for color consults, event planning, personal styling, blog image sourcing, local artisan connecting. In fact, that's what Tammy did here. She connects with her local artists to create boards. And look what she just put this in our Facebook group, which I kind of love. She created her own board, but she's using the artist work. How cool is that? Melanie did that, I think. The Happy Place Interiors. She actually created her own bathroom board. Looks pretty cool. And sure enough, right when she put that bathroom board up and bragged about it was her own bathroom, somebody said, wow, I'm going to be in touch with you. See this comment by Jan? So it's really that simple. People love it. It's addicting to see and watch. Vicki Coggin, one of my members, she actually is a cabinet dealer and she creates these boards to now be kind of the designer for cabinets. So it's really cool. Back to Jan, she did it for a fall board. We actually have a fall board in our design boards, and she basically took, this is our fall board, and she just swapped out some of the pieces. You can see she swapped out the sconces and the artwork, but really kept everything else. Pretty simple. So I kind of love that, Tammy. She's been, she just is using it for a lot of different ways, and I just thought that was so cool. There's really no end to using this technology. The technology is in 2D. Canvas eDesign, just put it in a 2D. See, these are some of her 2Ds. She just throws them in. Once you source the ideas, you just throw it in the 2D. It's not that hard. I have these boards. How many of you guys love the idea of doing holiday design? Go ahead in the chat room, because I do have previous blog posts where I've shared some of these boards so you guys can see. We're in the process of making sure all the links are working right now, updating these for our e-designers and stagers to use as kind of holiday, kind of attention grabbers for their clients. It's kind of cool, right? Decorating on a budget, must have Christmas decor. Here's your shopping guide, right? Quick ways to festify your decor, and shows them exactly how. Eye-catching updates. Somebody doesn't like Christmas. Easy holiday vignettes. So we're kind of ready for that. I saw one of you in the survey said, I really want to know how to do this for Airbnbs. Oh, that's really a simple one. We have an Airbnb board where we think here's the best, most inexpensive and affordable Airbnb decor that you can use. And I had one of my clients go into an investors meeting with the board to get clients. So let's talk technology choices, right? And this is where a lot of mistakes are made. So I have to clarify with you guys, when we talk technology, there's a big difference between the curated shopping board, that's what I'm showing you, and a room builder. Do you see the difference there? There's a big difference between those two and how you do it for your clients. So let's talk about the available room builders. Here's what a room builder looks like. It's not really giving you the shopping links. It's not as appealing, but here are some room builder softwares that you can use. Space Designer, Home by Me. I don't really recommend these, so I'm just going to go through them quickly. Room Sketcher, and maybe some of you have used it. My Deco 3D. And it's more like a room planner. Here's obviously a more sophisticated chief architect. You pay for it on Amazon. The reviews aren't super hot on that, though. If I'm going to be honest, and HGTV I know has their own, again, on Amazon. Not very good reviews, very hard to learn, takes a lot of time. There's a need for this, but that's not really what I'm talking about, those curated shopping boards. And that's what I kind of want to get across to people. There's interior design software, kind of where you're doing remodeling, elevations. It's kind of what an architect does. And I don't recommend you go that route. I recommend you do more mood board, sourcing, e-design packaging. Leave the architecture to the architects and let's keep it simple. Because I think the big mistake is that designers are choosing a program that's too complicated and too time-consuming. At the end of the day, they're not making enough money on their design plan to really make it worth it, and that's why you don't see a lot of these. That's really the truth. So let's talk about curated boards. Each one of these vendors I'm going to show you that do these curated boards, the boards that I've created that I've been showing you, they all have client communication built in. They all have a client onboarding process. They all have project organization, and they all have the shoppable links. But for me, speed, cost, beauty, ease, and efficiency are the primary drivers, right? You have to make money on this. It has to be quick. It has to be profitable. I think we can all agree, right? So here are the three that I've seen are kind of rise to the top. Mydoma Studio is one. Wacora is another. And designfiles.co, the makers of Oleoboard, is another. As you can see, I recommend Design Files. I'm going to show you why, but they're all good. But Design Files, I think, is the best. They have the browser tool. The browser tool is where you're shopping, let's say on Wayfair, one of your favorite places. You see something you like, and you just click on this little button, add to Design Files, and it'll just go straight into the project that you want it to. That easy. It has the client automation. It has the packages and pricing. So at the end of the day, if I'm just going to compare and go to the pricing, Mydoma is $59 as of this per month. Wacora is $30. And Design Files is $35, which, well, actually $19, but $35 for the professional when you have unlimited client projects. So to me, that is far worth it. So if I'm going to do a quick comparison, Design Files is a whole lot easier to use, guys. I have the most non-techie people who use this. It is mood technology, but also more their mood board. This is a Mydoma mood board from the last time. Yeah, it just looks very different. Doesn't this board look a little bit different than the curated boards I've been showing you? Yeah. Here's the Design Files mood board that you can create. So it just is a little nicer looking. What do you think of that? Image is everything for us, right? When you're in this industry, image is everything. What's cool about Design Files is you can source and create a board like this, and then you can go and make it into a 2D. You know, so that's kind of one of the nice options. And that's an option that a lot of people like. So you can add, a lot of people ask this, you can add text, you can add paint colors, you can add anything you put in there is a budget calculator to automatically fix it. You can crop, edit, scale, rotate, duplicate images. They have their own massive product library, so you don't always have to go to the source to find it. You can actually just search their product library. You can upload your own images. A lot of people ask that, and the client commenting everything's inside there, and then you generate the images. All the images I'm showing you and the PDF project can easily be generated, just all within the system. When in doubt, keep it simple. So they also have packages. Oh, let me go back. Sorry, guys. So let's talk about my recommended packages. I got to get to that. Okay, so let's walk you through this. I hope you guys are frantically writing. My recommended packages, you're just keeping it very clear about what you're offering and you're keeping it very budget friendly for your clients. And also, you know your area. Everything's different from Newport Beach to Shreveport, Louisiana, right? So you got to go with, cost of living too. But let's say Design Starter, it's $199 a room. They get a discovery call with you, which is basically the call. So you've gone through their survey, so you know what they're looking for. You get a little more advice from them. You give them one inspiration room and concept board, that room design. They get their color palette. They get the shopping list and links. They get some notes, maybe a style guide if you want to give them something more, $199. At $499, they're getting a little bit more. They're getting 2 inspiration rooms, 2 boards, 2 revisions. They're allowed to make revisions. They're getting that custom color palette, all of that. But you see, it's a little bit more money for them to go back and forth with you. So that is kind of just the way. So to give you kind of an idea of why I recommend you do it this way, is basically package 1 is the client that's testing you out. Right? It's a starting conversation. It's a single board. It's no revisions. It's shopping links and advice. Package 2, they're starting to trust you. They're starting to believe. So you're starting the conversation. You can do a couple boards and revisions. You're still building that relationship. And package 3, save your questions, guys. I'm going to get to them. Is when they're loving it. What do you do there? You can do more boards. You can do floor plans. You can do a 2D like I showed you, or 3D. Or more importantly, you just springboard to more e-design work or design work. And that's how most of my e-designers are doing it. It's pretty simple. So let's do the math. If you sold 3 starter designs and 2 premium designs in a week, that is $1,595 per week or $79,000 a year for 9 hours of work. That's essentially what that is. So not too bad, but I know what you guys are thinking. And tell me if this thought came across your mind. Audra, how can I create an entire board with shopping links for $199? Right? You may be wondering that. How much time does this take? How can you do it? And that is the problem with a blank account. And I was right in your shoes. This was 3 years ago before I launched this training because I thought, oh my gosh, this e-design thing is so cool. I watched this girl's webinar where she was showing us how she uses e-design and how she's done it for all these clients. And it was so cool because, normally, you sign up for design files. This is what your account looks like. It's blank, right? That's kind of a bummer. You would want your account to look like this, right? HSR templates and my projects. So this story goes, you can search, pull up a template and throw it in. So basically I was watching this webinar. This girl had like 50 projects she had already done. And she says she's never reinventing now because usually one client will like some different style like transitional. She does the search for transitional. She pulls up the board and then she just goes start a new project with that template. Kind of cool, right? So that's how she did it with her own account because she had already built all those boards. And you can also add it to an existing project. So there's some things. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could create an account, my own master account, and anyone who signed up for my training would actually get all of my boards, all of my design boards within their design files account. So I started creating living room boards, and we started to have my designers create a ton of different living room boards within lots of different styles, within lots of different budgets, and everything in these boards is completely swap outable. And like I showed you someone did, but it's basically you're not looking at a blank living room board. We created over 30 living room boards. Then we didn't stop there. We started creating bedroom boards, and we started creating bedroom boards in all different cool styles, and dining room boards in all different styles and budgets, and office boards in all different styles and budgets, as well as the nursery boards that I've showed you. So there's 20 bedrooms, there's 12 offices, there's 12 dining rooms, and 8 nursery boards. So basically now when somebody takes my training, so they start with my training, they get a secret code to design files, and they sign up for their design files. They don't see a blank account. Instead of that blank account, they see the HSR template. So their projects are blank, but they can quickly click on the HSR templates, and then they get access to those 90 boards. So all they need to do is start a project with one of those boards and away they go. So that leads me to my training. And I'm going to give you my offer. I told you I would. I still have more training to go over with you, but I'm going to get my offer out there because this is, let me see, publish it. Do you guys, hopefully you guys see, become an expert e-designer. You just, if you may just scroll, but to click on that button, the get my discount, what that's going to do is it's going to just open a new tab for you, just so you can think about it. But you can see there's a time frame on it. You can see that you get $50 off. That's the special, using that special link and code. So you can get that discount on that. But basically, yeah, I just recommend clicking on it, thinking about it. It'll be there. But basically, the training walks you through getting started. I give you all the guides. We give you all the projects. I walk you through the interview, the pricing in more detail, how to start the board, where to source. I give you tons of marketing, how to use this as a sales funnel. You're getting it at a $50 savings at $749. It's normally, yay, Kayleen, wonderful. It's normally $799. That is the best price I ever do it, and I only do it in these live webinars, and I only do these live webinars like twice a year. The link should be popping up. Good. So that's why I said this is like your one-time opportunity. I know a lot of people have, like a good deal, and I get it. But basically, at the end of the day, you are getting you're paying around not even $8 per board that you can turn around and sell for $199. And of course, I'd like to tell you, don't just take them, from scratch and turn and resell them. Look through it, make sure the links are all, we try and update those links as much as possible, but let's be honest, it's the internet. So we can't guarantee they're all going to be, working on you, of course. So, but you can see the product, you get an idea, and usually you'll see link, oh, that product is on Etsy. I'm just going to search for a similar product or swap it out, right? But you're never looking at a blank board, and that's the benefit of it. Yeah, so if you're busy, this will save you lots of time. Now, the design files within my training, I give you a link to a 3-month discount price. It's $13 a month. So you can actually, get going on it. The design files, subscription is separate than the training price, right? But at $13 a month for 3 months, and then you get all those boards to kick off this service business. That's a pretty low cost to start a new business. Oh, thank you, Meg. It's awesome. Yeah, no, it is. It's a cool thing you can see. And I do not believe in reinventing. That's why I created this. That's what makes this training so different than, there are other e-design trainings out there, but they don't give you 90 boards in your account. They don't give you anything. It's not for HSR graduates. This is for everybody, Sandra. So inside the account, I also walk you through how you would onboard a client, and I give you all the emails that you would give them in the onboarding. You're literally copying and pasting the emails. I give you worksheets for you to give your client so that so they get an idea on cost and budget creation. And here's kind of the email, kind of templates I give you. Obviously, you're going to change. I give you all of the images in Canva, so you're going to swap out your own photo there for all the images. Yeah. Oh, welcome, Johnny. That's great. And then you can see you're giving instructions. So I'm giving you kind of pre-instructions for you to give to a client before you talk to them. We give you all the imagery again in Canva so that you can put it to your own brand. And it's just so much easier, right? When you have an inspirational starting point, there's nothing new under the sun. Why not find that first? I hate looking at a blank piece of paper. So pretty much it's like just go, go, go. It's pretty easy. So here's just a couple testimonials. It's pretty cool that, you guys, Carmelita, you will save so much time not using Canva because Canva doesn't automatically put in all the product information, the shopping links, and the presentations. These boards, behind each board is like a 30-page shopping link presentation. I haven't even started to show you guys that. So it's pretty cool. If you already have a Design Files account, Dia, once you're in the training, I have instructions on what you need to do. You just email us, and we email my girl Sheila from Design Files, and she loads up your account with our templates. So yeah, I know a lot of you probably already use Design Files. Well, why not have a not blank account? So here's just a couple testimonials from one of my wonderful members I really appreciate. But basically, they're just using it, kicking it off. It's a 3-day online course. Within 3 days, you can have this extra service in your business. Or if you don't even have a staging or design business, you can actually just start a business just doing e-design. Dip your toe in it. Work a side hustle. It's kind of a lot of fun, and you'll love it. Somebody said if a client wants to touch and feel before they purchase, Jenny, of course, I would like to be on Amazon and touch and feel before I buy anything on Amazon. That's just not the way the internet works, right? Most of your clients get it and understand that, so that's just the way of the internet. And these days, everybody is shopping online, so they get it. So here is, if you clicked on that link, hopefully you guys clicked on that offer link. This is what you see. You'll see there's a timer. That offer is going to go down Friday at midnight. Sue, yes, the course is on demand. Should go back. So I highly recommend you look at that. It is a timed, offer. There are payment options, Selena, but not with the $50 discount. So you can go to the website and homestagingresource.com, and there are payment options, but it's a much better deal if you pay up front. You get that $50. If somebody wants to do a design board but wants to order and do the work, place in the home. Absolutely, Tracy. See, that's the beauty of this. This is technology making your business better. And so what I love, and I should have prefaced this in the beginning of this training, if you're a designer or stager, I want you just to open your mind to the way this technology can work in your business, because it's really amazing. There are 5 modules in the course, Sandy. It takes about 3 days. Very different than my HSR training, don't worry. It takes the assumption that you already have a business. It doesn't walk you through, getting started in a business. It kind of how you add this easily to your business, but it gives you all the forms, guides, everything. It's a perfect complement to any one of my staging design trainings too. But I've had people even do it standalone and offer it to clients, because I do walk you through how you would even market it to even friends and family. So within the technology, which is kind of cool, and I'll take more questions if you have them at the end. I'll get back to my presentation, but I love it. Oh, yeah, somebody said, Holly, do you source wholesale or only retail? Good question. All the boards we've created, we've sourced purely retail, because we're taking the assumption that you are handing those boards off to your client, and obviously we don't know if you have the trade discount to that client. So all the boards are retail, but I have a bonus training that's going to be going into the training over the next few days, where it's going to walk people through how to connect with the trade source and create boards where they can make money on the products. I'm pretty excited about it, so I'm just giving you kind of a first little talk about it. Not even my e-designers know that yet, so I'm really excited. I'm in talks with this company. But all of the boards that we've created, yes, retail links. That way your client can just click buy it themselves. We update the boards, and there's 90 of them every 6 months, but Patty, you have the link, you have the photos. Half the time it's just a matter of going, oh, I got this product on Wayfair, I can find it elsewhere. So it's pretty easy. I don't have anyone complain that, it's better than looking at a blank piece of paper by far. Anyway, so what's really cool about the technology is it starts the conversation without you. How many of you guys are tired of getting on the phone and spending an hour on the phone with a client just talking about their styles and things like that? It automates the entire onboarding conversation. It asks them, what space do you want to design? It asks them, why are you redesigning the space? Then it tells them how finished is your space, and what's your budget for the space, and what's your style? Select as many as you want. And what's the mood that you're trying to convey? I know all of you probably have this in your lifestyle questionnaires, but can you imagine if all this is done without you having to do it? I want you to share some inspiration images or a Pinterest board of your space. They can upload it within their account there. They talk there about their color preferences, and then it has them do measurements. So it always walks them through, which is so cool. I mean, that I know alone would save a lot of time. Sarah, I'll get back to your question. She said, if you make money on your designer discounts, then all you need to do, Sarah, is create boards with your designer discount links on them. I mean, it's that easy. Or get the inspiration board and swap out some of the product with that. I've had people do that as well. So it's technology is totally open for however people want to do it. So it kind of takes that whole conversation off your plate, and you already have the information before you've even made that discovery call. So let's talk about where to source. I know it's a lot in an hour and I'm running out of time. Obviously, you're going to listen to the client's budget and style. You're already going to have that because they've already gone through the onboarding process. You have to source online, for the most part, all online. Yes, you could take photos of some of your favorite things and upload them, but the whole point is that you're saving time on this, and most things can be online. Um, all of our boards are retail, but like I said, I'm going to have a new training with some trade sourcing and board, for that. So it's pretty cool. And I recommend you vary your sources. Obviously, nobody wants a board with just pure Wayfair, pure house, that sort of stuff. Shop uniquely, find that statement piece. And you can see that's kind of the way we've done our boards. I have a kind of spreadsheet in the training with kind of here's my favorite websites where you can get a lot of things, what websites allow the clippers, what kind of product, trade pricing. So if you need to apply for trade pricing, if you're a designer, reseller, you can do that. It kind of walks you through in the training. Yes, Vereen, you can create your own affiliate links if you'd like. Obviously, I do not have any affiliate links on these boards. I should preface that with you guys. All of these boards are affiliate link free. That's what makes them special compared to, other systems out there where, the client knows that you're just trying to, work with this affiliate system and not really working under the constructs of the entire internet, which is nice. No, Sarah, the mood boards are only in my training. I'd never give my mood boards out for nothing. Good question, though. Anyway, yeah, stores are all online anyway. You guys are great. Sorry I'm going off track, but I see your questions. So I have this, worksheet. They can do their budget. Let's talk about best practices for creating ideal boards. Choose from all those sources, like I said. I recommend at least 15 items. I recommend a budget of high-low. Oops. Shouldn't have gotten to that. Choose that wow piece, source deep. Find something truly unique. And that really is how every one of our boards is created. Our designers, they source deep, they find the random, and that's what I love about it. And they make them beautiful. We start with the inspiration photo on the left. You can pull that out if you don't want it. Or use your own. We do a color palette below and then products. The point is to give you inspiration. Yes, you can take and go, but spend some time on these, swap some products, make it your own. That's what the beauty of it. Nurseries, here's some ideas on that. Isn't that adorable? Here's another. I love the nurseries, I gotta say. They're my favorite. Oh, Sarah, yeah, it's the $13 for the first 3-month package because the $19 package only gives you 3 boards, so you wouldn't have our 100 boards in your account. Yeah. Denny, you're going to love it. I don't have anyone not love the training. You guys are great. And again, springboard to more design. This is how the marketing side is. This is how easy it is. You have all this great imagery. You're going to get repeat business from other rooms. You get full-scale design work. I know a lot of people just use this to springboard to more design work. They put their trade sources on there they just hide all the shopping links. You don't have to show a client the shopping links. You put all your trade sources in. You make all the shopping links blank. You decide what the client sees. I should have prefaced that. So you can do shopping trade, and you can do the install if you want. You're just doing this technology as your vision boards instead of the old way that took you forever. And yes, Leslie, you can charge extra and put it in a 2D and show them how to put it in their rooms. So I showed you. The specific paint colors are in the system: Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, and I think there are more, but I know there are those 2. It takes people about 3 days to complete the training. How easy is it to swap the products? Oh my gosh, you just click delete, slide one in. It's really easy. Like I said, I never have people say they have tech problems, and even within design files, they have some great tutorial videos and also a great support. So let's talk about marketing. You guys are great. Shannon, yes, they're willing to pay for design work from someone who built a gorgeous design plan and they've sourced awesome products they want to buy. Right? I know that your question, though, totally speaks to how so many people feel. You don't need an interior design degree to do e-design. Not at all. Look at Nate Burkert. Look at some of the best designers in the world. They do not have interior design degrees. You have to have a love of design and the talent. If you listen well to the client, you'll build something beautiful for them, and they will pay for it. The Jody asked if the boards reflect the client's actual room, and they're just in the blank room, so no, you don't need it. You can put it, you can find, there's a lot of different backgrounds you can choose from within the system, actually. So you could do it that way as well, and you can upload empty rooms, so you can slide that in as well. How do you make the image with the products in the room? It's not, Sabrina, this isn't about building a full floor plan around. You're not going to make money if you build a complete layout, client layout. It is about putting them in the room and you know, here's your window, here's where I'd have your couch, and here's the clients. And you can put it in a 2D and pretty easily they'd understand it. Sarah at $7.50 for the course, $13, and that's the course. And then design files is a separate process, $13 for the first 3 months, and then $35 a month after that. So it's $35, you know, a month. Yes, you can upload a picture of your client's room. So yeah, great questions, you guys. Sorry. So marketing, you got to be clear on your client's benefits. I told you all the great benefits to a client. So you have to communicate that to them on your site. It is about creating that visual plan for their space, an organized budget for each piece chosen. You pay for the design, not for the schlepping, basically. You know, so many times clients, if they have a designer, they're paying for all the time it took that designer to deal with the vendor, the shipping, the install, you know, so a lot of the savings is in there. Capitalize on your visuals. You've got already, when you sign up and then you sign up for the design files, you've got 95 plus board images to use. That's a lot of visuals that you can blog about, social media. I mean, I just had a social media training. This is the stuff that people really notice. Many blog inspiration boards, color trends, all of that. When it comes to marketing, it's like anything else. It's all about you. Leslie asked, how do you access the discount? There's the link right there. You guys should see the link in the offer. Do you guys see that? It's right there. There's the offer. Just click on the link, and that's how you offer. I'm going to send you guys a follow-up email with this link, obviously, because I know it goes down on Friday. So don't worry, and with the replay as well, because I know I'm going fast. So great. It's all about the you factor. You know, embrace you as your brand. You have to have that relatable story. Be consistent, confident, using social media. You've got these great images to do that. And just believe in the law of attraction. You're going to attract the kind of people. You put yourself out there, you're going to attract you. And that's exactly the kind of people that you want to work with. Oh, here's, it probably may not work, but it's a little Giphy I have where people can put that on their website. But obviously, at the end of the day, I recommend you do what I call a funnel, just like, and I walk you through it in the training on your website. And you basically create a page on your site, and you're giving clients something good, like a design board or a design plan, or that inspiration room. I showed you what Vanessa had done on her website, and you start with that giveaway, and then you give them more great resources. And I have like 2 different funnels in the training with all the materials and email follow-ups for you to use. So you're not reinventing that as well. The training, and getting back to Vanessa, this is what she put on her website. Sign up for your free shopping list. Who's not going to want that, right? If they visit her site. So she can run an ad on Facebook, like a Facebook ad, you know, going through remodel. Why not plan before you plunge, right? On that remodel, create the plan. Here's a great shopping list of some of my favorite items that are on trend today, or whatever. You know, I'm just spitballing, but you can do a lot of different ideas because they are very visual. You guys have so many questions and I'm trying to go over my stuff. Save your question. I will get to it. Basically, what does automation look like? You have that Facebook ad, like I said, targeting people going through a model, making that amount of money. Believe it or not, you can do that. Give them a cheat sheet. I have the cheat sheets in the training with an weekly email series. Credibility is created. Guru status is created. Shannon, they're never going to ask you if you have an interior design degree because they're going to love you by the end of your follow-up. So I have this imagery in Canva that people take and they put on their site, free cheat sheet. And then I give them, this is a cheat sheet in Canva in the training where they can, you know, put this cheat sheet down. It's kind of a helpful thing for clients. People like these sort of things. You can modify this all you want because it's in Canva, and that's why I give it to people. because at the end of the day, the smart designer understands it's all about relationship, and they seek to obtain the email address so they can nurture that relationship. They know that over time, they're going to have a fan, and that fan may never be a client, but they will refer other people their way. And that's really the truth of it. So oh, here's some of the follow-up. This is some of the emails that I gave you. You can see they're pretty lengthy, so you're never looking at a blank email follow-up to your clients, which is pretty valuable. Those emails alone are pretty valuable. E-design I look at is really similar to the way I look at staging 10 years ago. You really have to educate people on it. On this new service, you kind of be pioneering it a little bit online. It's kind of the early bird and all that, which I love. Canva is free, Lisa. So no, you do not. But it's also pretty cool to have and very cheap. So basically you'd be tweaking instead of, tweak instead of create. Why reinvent? You get the master account of 95 boards and growing. We're always, and anytime, even if you're not part of the training, I have people who took my training 2 years ago. They're still getting my new boards within their account. So it's kind of cool. Anytime I put something in my master account, you get it. And sometimes we're inspired and we'll throw some stuff in there. We just did an IKEA board. It was kind of cool. Our favorite IKEA items. That one was a huge hit, right? So I hope whether you decide to join the training or not, I hope you got a lot out of this. I hope you learned a lot about eDesign. Obviously, you could, eDesign Files has kind of a free trial period, I think, that you can even check it out. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And Stacy, yes, you can take it at the same time. You have a year, I should have mentioned. So I know I have some people who take my other trainings. They're online. They're all at your own pace. This is a 3-day training. It doesn't take long. If you're in my staging training, that takes the assumption you're completely starting a brand new business. That's 3 weeks. I always say take the staging training first, and then these are perfect trainings. But you have access to it for a year. Plenty of time to get through the 3-day course. But you continue, as long as you're subscribed to Design Files, you continue that access. That relationship is directly with Design Files. So don't wait. I have a lot of people who do, and then they ask me Saturday for the discount. It goes away. We have it all automated. Our whole systems are automated. So the timer is set for Friday at midnight. So I really hope to work with you. If not, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions. You guys are so good. I mean, really such an active group. Kim, yeah, you can create your own. Yes, I don't create. I have a website product, but that's a whole separate training. But you could use Wix or Squarespace. There's some great website builders out there too. Can't wait for your, oh yeah, we're going to do another happy hour. I love it. You guys are great. Do you have to start the 13th? No, actually, Vereen, great question. You don't have to start that Design Files trial. I have a lot of people who sign up for the training. They get the discount. They start the training in a month or 2 months when they're ready, when it's a little slower during the holidays. That's why I do this training now, because for stagers, it's slower a lot of times in December, and they make that their learning month. And so then they start the training then, and then that's when they start their Design Files subscription. So you get that 3-month then. Yes, you get a certification after the course, Kim, absolutely. A gorgeous certificate that you can put on your site and brag about. And you also get the logo. So the logo is kind of key too, which is pretty. I thought it was cool. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you, Sarah. You're so sweet. Okay, you guys are awesome. Cheers, cheers, cheers to you. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I hope to see you in the next happy hour. I need to put that on the schedule. I think it's going to be a side hustle one, because I know a lot of us are still trying to figure out how to do our side hustles. But I'll see you in the next webinar, and I'm very grateful for you all. Take care. Bye-bye.